Podcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey, it's Chris Munch here, and welcome to this live session. So just first of all, I want to make sure that everyone can hear my voice. So if you can hear my voice, and you will see my screen in just a moment, then give me a yes. Okay, so let me turn my screen on, make myself presenter. Okay, cool. So as you see my screen up here, you'll notice a couple of things. So one is I have way too many tabs open, right? So that's how my mind works. I got like 100 things going on. So I have to buy a very powerful computer just to run how many tabs I have here. And in this picture here, you can see me right in the middle. And this is Joshua Zamora, who's joining me on the line today. Joshua, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. So me and Joshua, we've done business together for a number of years. I really like what he does in the software space, and like me, Joshua plays a lot with SEO, with video marketing, with social marketing, and he looks at ways he can automate that and systemize it. And so Joshua and I, we've been talking about integrating some of his stuff with some of what I do, because I really like it. And today, I just wanted to bring him on to share with you how he approaches SEO and getting rankings in Google and getting traffic from social media using automation. So if you're interested in figuring out and seeing how you can use social media to drive traffic and to increase rankings, and doing that on an automated basis where you literally set things up and then allow it to continue, then this is a session you're going to want to pay attention to. And what Joshua has today is nothing that's ever been seen before. It's customized just for us. We worked out something special for you guys. So Joshua, when you're ready, I'll hand over the screen to you and we can jump right in.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, that picture brings back some memories. I look a lot heavier in that picture. I remember from that point, I've dropped, I think, about 30, 35 pounds since that. So looking at that picture brings me like, whoa, man, was I really that chunky?
Congratulations, nice.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's a little tough, especially now with the new baby. But let's see, main screen. It's been a while since I presented, guys, so bear with me. We'll see if I can figure this out. Can you see my screen? Give me one if you can see my screen. Perfect. All right, cool. Yeah, so as Chris was saying, that picture I just noticed was from 2014. It's crazy that it's been that long since we took that picture, and reading the description was pretty funny. If you guys had noticed that and read the description, it was just like we spoke about just about everything that day, and one of them on there said porn addictions, and I don't remember exactly how we got to that topic, but it seems we spoke about that from what it said there in the description. But welcome everyone here today. I have some very cool things to share with you, and as Chris said, I put something together exclusively for you guys here as subscribers of Chris Munch as well. So I'm gonna try and not keep you here too long. I know that sometimes webinars can really drag on, and just a bunch of filler content and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to just get you in and out within the next hour to 90 minutes. All right. So give me a 2 if that sounds good to you guys, or if you want me to just stay here for the next 5 hours with you guys. And yes, I'll be putting this to full screen mode here in a second. All right. And let me do that now. Make sure we're recording. All right. Perfect. Question box is over there. Let's make this happen. All right. Perfect. So as you can see on screen, what I'm going to talk to you about today is how to leverage the power of social signals to rank your content on page 1 for the long term. Okay. Many people out there talk about how you can rank quickly, how, rank in 3 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And yes, I do that as well. But I also, when I'm creating these campaigns, I want them to stay on there for the long term. Okay. And that's where the passive traffic comes in, the passive commissions or the passive phone calls or whatever it is that you're looking to monetize with. That's when that long-term effect comes into play, when you have the long game in mind from the beginning, okay? And social signals and social syndication plays a huge role in that, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, now let's quickly just cover a few things about me. I know this is like a must-have slide for every presentation. I'm sure this is probably the most boring slide for you guys, but we got to do it because many of you that are on here do not know anything about who I am or why I'm on here and why you should even pay attention to me, okay? So who am I? I am Joshua Zamora from Miami, Florida. I'm born and raised here. I still live here to this day. I doubt that I'll ever live anywhere else. This is home. I don't think there's any other city in the world like Miami. There's just so many different kind of people here, so much diversity here. And I don't know, I've traveled a lot and I've never been to a place quite like Miami. It's just like everyone from everywhere is here. I've been marketing online since 2010, all right? And just saying that is pretty unbelievable. Like I said, I haven't presented in a while, so having to talk about myself is just bringing back a lot of memories. So 2010, all right? It's going on 8 years, 9 years here in a few months. But as of 2014, I work full-time online and enjoy a balanced lifestyle that I've been able to design. And I think that's the most important thing for me, okay? I'm going on 4 years that I quit my job, and I still remember it to this day. There was a point where I was going into work. I've always been a hard worker, even whether I was, working a job or running my own business. I've always been a hard worker. So even though I always knew that the end goal was to have my own business, I still made sure that I took care of my responsibilities at my regular 9-to-5 job, because that's what was putting food on the table at the time. But there got to a point towards the end of 2013 where my business started taking off and really started to produce some great results. And I think my boss started to notice, because I started trying to leave early. I started, sneaking in some of my personal business work on the job. So I was trying to squeeze in some work for myself on the job. I started coming into work late. And it was about 2.5 weeks before Christmas that he brought me into the office, and he asked me, he's like, hey, is everything okay? I've noticed that you've been a little bit distracted. You've been coming in late. And I don't know what it was. Something just dawned on me to quit right then and there. He opened the door for me to just let him know that, and when I took the job, I told him, look, I have a side business, and once that takes off, there might come a point where I might have to leave. But I didn't know it would happen so sudden. I think it only took about a year and a half, which for me was sudden, but for some people that's a long time. But it happened pretty quickly. So about a year into that job, he walked me into the office, and it just dawned on me. Like I said, boom. I told him, like I mentioned, my business is taking off. Boom. I think I'm gonna have to put in my 2 weeks notice. So boom, I put in my 2 weeks notice, and that was long. History from that point. I finished off the year, the last 2 weeks of that year, and then started off fresh in 2014 working for myself. I've been doing video and SEO specifically since 2012. So that job that I was working, I was running his entire SEO department. So he was a web design agency. He brought me on board to handle the SEO part of the business. And, within 3 months, I think we got up to about $30,000 per month worth of SEO clients. Okay. So when I left him in good company with some good clients paying him every month. So it wasn't too bad of a split. But one thing as well that I love from what you saw on the previous screen is that I've been able to develop a lifestyle that I've designed and I'm able to control, which I think is the biggest peace of mind for me. And one thing that my wife and I, that's my wife there, we've been together for 15 years. So we're high school sweethearts. We've been together half our lives now, coming up this year, since this is the 15th year, man. And I have to make sure I plan something good this year. All right, so this is us traveling. That's us in the Lovelock Bridge in Paris, which is no longer there, unfortunately. So the 10 or 15 bucks we spent on a lock is long gone somewhere. That's us under the Eiffel Tower, here in the Cliffs of Moher in Ireland, one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to, and also one of the coldest places I've ever been to. We were definitely not prepared for that. This is a great picture we took in Venice. here again in Rome, Italy, in the Colosseum. And this is definitely my top place that we went to, which was, Santorini, Greece. Okay, so we've been to about 19 different countries so far. And hopefully we can continue to travel even more. But as of late, we won't be doing any traveling because we just had our first baby girl about 2 weeks ago. So if I sound a little bit tired, if I happen to just doze off and you hear me snoring, taking a nap, just know that this is the reason here. Okay, she was born 18 days ago now on September 1st. So a lot of things, new things going on here in the house. And that there is Mr. Elvis, our golden retriever puppy. He'll be 1 year next month. So he's there being protective, but also being jealous. All right. So right now our hands are full, but we are doing well. Okay. Every day is different and we're taking it one day at a time. But hopefully we'll soon, once she's a little bigger, we'll be able to start traveling and take her along with us. All right. Because I know Chris does that. He travels about everywhere around the world with his whole family, and he makes it happen somehow. So I know it's definitely possible to travel with kids. All right, so that's enough about me. All right, enough about my personal stuff. What I should cover now is why should you even pay close attention to what I'm going to share with you today? Why should you listen to me and listen to or take action on what I'm going to share with you? Okay, plain and simple is I know how to rank #1 in Google. Okay, these are a bunch of page 1 video rankings. If you look in the top left, that's video ranking. Might be a little bit hard to read, but it's ranked that video in about 5 hours. The one in the top middle, there's 2 videos ranking within 3 days. And that's a good little strategy that I like to do, which is rank multiple videos. That just makes it harder for my competition to outrank me. The video in the top right corner, it might be, again, might be a little hard to see, but the date on that video is 2014, and that video is still ranking to this day. Okay, and you can see it again in the first row on the left, 2014. So going on 4 years, and that video is still ranking today, still getting traffic, still producing commissions. Okay, and the one in the middle towards the bottom right, again, these are a little hard to see probably, but I ranked that one in an hour, and the other one in the bottom right ranked it in 8 minutes. Okay, these are all video ranking campaigns, and they're all still ranking to this day. Okay, and I don't just rank videos, okay, but I'm able to rank niche sites as well. Here's a local niche site that I ranked here in Miami for a specific service. Okay, and I ranked in just about every zip code and every town you can think of in Miami. And I think that's very important when it comes to local marketing. Most people that probably wouldn't understand Miami, they'll probably just come here and try to rank for chiropractor Miami. But everyone that kind of understands their own city knows that there's little towns within the bigger city, and that's a better way to approach local rankings, is to go for those smaller towns within the big city. Because someone that lives in, for example, the top left image that says Coral Gables, someone that lives in Coral Gables isn't going to go to Miami Gardens to see a chiropractor. Okay, and Miami Gardens is about 45 minutes away from Coral Gables. Okay, but you can, no matter where you are, whether you're in Coral Gables or you're in Miami Gardens, you can still say I'm in Miami. Okay, and also the image in the top right shows zip codes, so you can also go in and start targeting based on zip codes. All of that makes your campaigns a lot more targeted and allows you to rank a lot quicker and go up against a lot less competition. Okay. And also, it's not just about rankings, but it's about turning those rankings into sales. So here are just a bunch of commissions and things like that I've been able to make from my different campaigns. Okay, and I do more affiliate stuff than kind of local stuff, but I can still do both. I got away from the local stuff because, like I said, I ran that SEO department for about a year and a half. And it just, it's draining, sometimes dealing with clients and all that stuff is draining, even though, you're making a good income. Sometimes you got to find the right balance. So now I do more affiliate stuff than local stuff. But either way, whichever way you're going, they both work really, 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 really well. All right. Especially if once you build your local agency, you can kind of step away from it. And I think that was what drained me the most, I was the front guy for the owner of the company. So all the calls were coming to me, and the owner of the company didn't have to deal with any of that. I was the one dealing with everything on a day-to-day basis. Okay. So when it comes to ranking number one, all right, outside of keyword research and on-page SEO, off-page SEO has always been the glue that brings it all together so that you can rank fast for those tougher keywords and rank for the long term. Okay, everyone probably on here knows how to do their keyword research. I know Chris put together a great keyword research training either last week or the week before. So all of that stuff, most of you on here probably already know how to do. And even the off-page SEO stuff, many of you probably have a lot of experience with. And you understand this. You understand that the off-page SEO is really what brings everything together and allows you to truly rank for those tougher keywords and rank for the long term. Okay. However, over time, off-page SEO has evolved. Okay. All right. Before, it was all about quantity. Okay. Who remembers this? Who remembers when it was all about just, blast away? Okay. You can send 10,000 common backlinks to any website and be number one overnight. Give me a 2 in the chat box if you remember those days when you can just, I think it was called Scrapebox. You just pick up a license of Scrapebox, run 10,000 common backlinks, and boom, you'd be your number one overnight. Okay. There's a bunch of 2s coming in. A lot of people remember those days. Okay. You can just blast away at anything and boom, it'll just work every single time. Okay. Who remembers forum profile links as well? Okay. You can send 5,000 forum profile links and bam, you'll be number one within hours. Okay. Or, a combination of just hundreds of thousands of links. Okay. Just you send forum links and blog comments and just a bunch of other different, and send like 50 or 100,000 links at your campaign at once, and boom, you'd rank overnight. All right. However, nowadays, okay, we all know that Google has cleaned things up multiple times, and those mass backlinking days are over. All right. Today, it's all about quality. Okay. The quality of your links is going to count a lot more. And even back in the day when things started to slowly evolve, people kind of started understanding that it was more about quality. And even today, it's even more about quality than ever before. All right. And that's where social signals and social syndication comes into play. All right. So why do social signals and social syndication work so well? All right, give me some answers in the chat box. Why do you guys think that social signals and social syndication work so well? Okay, if you're using them, if you're not using social signals and social syndication yet, then don't worry about it. But give me some answers in the chat box why you think they're working so well. Okay, and I'll go ahead and go through this now and read some of your answers in a minute. All right. So let's analyze what happens when a campaign goes viral. And this is what's going to, open things up for you and show you why social signals work so well. Because when a campaign goes viral, some amazing things happen. All right. So step number 1, when a campaign goes viral, typically your user publishes a piece of content on their website or their YouTube channel. This is a typical step number 1. I'm sure everyone on here has done this when you want to get traffic. You get a piece of content, you put it on a website, or you put it on a YouTube channel. Okay, pretty basic. Step number 2, then that person usually goes and shares their content on their social media profiles to get some initial traffic. Very, very normal thing. You publish a piece of content, you take it to your social media profiles, you share it on your fan page or whatever it is to get some initial traffic. Okay. And step number 3, that said content sparks a ton of interest and begins to go viral. Okay. So once you share it, boom, that initial spark starts. Step number 4, once it catches that initial spark, it begins to get reshared on thousands of people's profiles and fan pages. It starts to get liked, retweeted, pinned, etc., etc. So the social signals part starts to take place. Okay. Then in step number 5, the bookmarkers get a hold of it, and it now ends up on Reddit, StumbleUpon, and sites alike. Okay, so the natural progression, if you can notice, is boom, content gets published, that author or whatever it is shares it on their social profiles. it starts to get that initial spark, and then it starts to get a bunch of social signals, shares, boom, all of that stuff on social media profiles. And then the bookmarkers get a hold of it, and then now it's all over these bookmarking sites. And if you've ever been on Reddit, you know that you can spend all day on there and laugh, cry, and just do about everything on there, okay? Just reading some of the stuff that gets shared on there, all right? And step number 6, once the bookmarkers get a hold of it, then the content curators want a piece of the action as well, okay? And content curators are pretty much websites that, they don't create their own content. They just leverage other people's content and ride the wave of that traffic and just publish it on their own site. So the content curators get a hold of it, and it now starts to get republished or embedded on hundreds of different websites, okay? So whether it's a piece of content or it's a video, it's going to get republished or re-embedded on other people's websites as well, okay? And all of that, and if they're a good content curator, they'll give you a link, a natural link back to your content, all right? And step number 7, which is the end result, Google goes crazy and is almost obligated to rank it on page 1, okay? And this is just the natural progression of what happens when a campaign goes viral, okay? It's just Google cannot resist it, and it's pretty much obligated to rank it on page 1, okay? And why is it that Google is pretty much obligated to make sure that they rank and show this content on their listings? Because now that it's gone viral, people who missed it will be going to Google to find that piece of content that everyone is talking about, okay? And I'm sure you guys have done this before. Something's going viral, okay, and then you're at the bar on a Friday night or Saturday night, and you just hear your friends talking about, oh, did you see that video? Did you see that article talking about blah, blah, blah? And you missed it, and you're like, man, what are they talking about? So you pull out your phone, you go to Google, and you type in a keyword looking for that piece of content. And boom, there's a good chance it's going to be right there at the very top because all of that viral activity just happened, okay? And Google is not about to let their users down, okay? So it must show that content on the first page, all right? Google is all about being the #1 search engine. And if something is going viral and getting all of this social interaction, you can almost bet $100 that or more than $100 that content is going to be right up there on the first page. Okay. And keep in mind, all of this happens usually within days or even hours of a piece of content going viral. Okay. So, someone publishes a content right now. Okay. It can spark interest, and by, 2 hours from now, it's being shared all over the place. And, by dinner time today, boom, it's already ranking on the first page of Google because, again, Google wants to make sure they're the #1 search engine and they show that content to their users, all right? And all of this, again, it happens very, 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 very fast, okay? So, and the best part is as well, all right, although the viralness will quickly die off and move on to the next best content, because we all know that what's cool and viral this week or even today isn't what's cool and viral tomorrow or the next day or the next week or the next month, okay? Something that was viral 2 weeks ago, if you try to talk to your friend about it, again, on Friday night at the bar, they're going to be like, what are you talking about? That was like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks, and when something goes viral is old, and no one even wants to talk about it. They're already on to the next best content, okay? However, those page 1 rankings that resulted from all that social interaction on that content will remain there and stick to that content and stick that content on page 1 for a very, very, very long time, okay? Ranking on Google is not like getting that viral traffic, okay? Getting that viral traffic is great, but the end result, which is those page 1 rankings, is what you want, because that's what's going to continue bringing in the traffic, all right? Bringing in the sales, bringing in all that stuff, all right? So now the real question is, how can you mimic this sort of activity for your own content and leverage similar social interaction for your own campaigns, okay? And all you have to do is just take a look at everything I just described, okay? And you just put it into action. You mimic what a natural viral campaign does, okay? And you leverage all of that social interaction for your own content as well, okay? And there's a few ways that you can do this, all right? Number one, you go the Fiverr and SEOClerks route. Okay, everyone knows this. These are all these, $5 service websites where you can pretty much get, you can get anything from someone doing an SEO campaign for you to singing happy birthday to your dog or something, so it's just about everything and anything on these sites. So with this route, you'll most likely be paying anywhere from $5 to $50 to have some random person most likely send a bunch of fake bot-like signals to your content, okay? So when it comes to SEO, what you pay is what you get for, okay? If you're going to pay $5 for something, yes, it might yield some results, but most likely it's not going to yield the best results, and most likely it's going to be pretty crappy stuff that you're getting. But it is an option, and I know many people do it, and many people rave about it as well. Many people do get some great results, and it kind of all depends on, which seller you buy from, and you have to spend the time to actually do the research, go through the reviews, and find someone that actually delivers a good service, okay? Number two is to start a private Facebook group for the purpose of sharing each other's content, okay? I did this for a while, and although it worked very well early on, okay, and trust me, it does work. You can start a private Facebook group or start a Skype group, reach out to other people in the SEO space that are doing, that are ranking content, and reach out to them, put together a small group, 10, 15, 20 people, and all of you agree to start sharing each other's content and just giving each other those social signals and interaction that we're looking for. Okay, and although that can work early on, and trust me, I did this, over time it tends to die off because people get greedy, people get busy, they just post their content and don't share other people's content, and it gets very, very, very messy, okay? So option number three is that you can use my SyndLab and SyndBuddy platforms, okay? And that's what we're going to talk about here today. And this is the special offer that I put together exclusively for Chris Munch subscribers. Again, no one else has seen this offer that I'm going to talk about today, okay? Over the last several years that I've been doing my own video and niche site campaigns, I've also worked on creating web apps that make my life easier and generate me the best results, okay? And that's when I decided to create my own social syndication and social signals machine. Because again, when I put together that private Facebook group of people wanting to share each other's content, we got some amazing results. And at the time, we all noticed that this was working. So I wasn't the only one that created my own Facebook group. There was about 2 or 3 private Facebook groups that different people started, and it was all for the same purpose because everyone noticed that this really, really, really does work. So, I joined all of them. I had my own, and I joined about the 2 or 3 other ones, and it just worked very, very well. So, but once I started seeing that, over time it just dies off, I'm like, okay, there's got to be a better way of doing this, and there's got to be a better way to actually sustain the ability to get real social syndication and real social signals from multiple different people, okay? And so that's when I created my SyndLab and SyndBuddy platforms, okay? SyndLab and SyndBuddy are the perfect social syndication and social signals combo, okay? They both play their own part, but they're built off of the same framework, okay? And I'm going to talk in detail about each of them now. Okay, let me pop over to the questions box real quick. Perfect. All right. Oh, I completely forgot to read off your guys' answers. All right. So some of you said human social signals and authority backlinks. Google wants high quality info. More personal. Only relevant sites have social signals, and Google knows this. Okay. So a bunch of great answers there. All right. So SyndLab allows you to syndicate your content to over 40 plus different high quality social sites. Okay. So within just a few clicks, boom, you publish a piece of content, and you can do that initial spark where you share your content on your own social profiles, okay? Step number 1, remember, when a campaign goes viral, the first thing you do, you publish a piece of content, you share it on your own social profiles to get that initial spark of viralness, traffic, whatever it may be. So you're you're mimicking what a natural viral campaign does. And SyndLab automates that process, and it shares it on 40 plus different sites. So it does social media sites, it does the bookmarking sites, and it even does the blogging sites that I mentioned. So if you can mimic a content curator and publish content on multiple different websites as well. okay? And SyndBuddy is an extension of SyndLab. Again, they're built off of the same framework. However, SyndBuddy takes things to the next level, okay? Because SyndBuddy is where you can tap into our 4,000 plus members, which are real members located all over the world that are ready to share your content on their networks, okay? So I decided to take that same idea of creating a private Facebook group, but make it better, make it make it something that people actually continue doing in the long term. And so far, we have over 4,000 members inside of SyndBuddy. Again, these are real people that also do SEO, that understand the power of social signals, that are located all over the world, and they're sharing each other's content every single day. Okay. So you get the power of social syndication from your own accounts with SyndLab, which again, step number two that I mentioned before, once the content is published, you share it on your own account to get that initial spark of traffic. And then you also get the power of real social signals from the SyndBuddy army, okay? And it's the perfect combo to rank your content fast and for the long term. And one thing that I forgot to mention on the previous slide as well, those 4,000 members, and just keep this in mind, SyndBuddy has only been open for a year, actually almost a year to the date. I think we opened for the first time in September of last year, a year to the date. And those 4,000 members, obviously we've been growing every single month we get about 200 or 300 new members. But since then, there's been over 1,300,000 social interactions among our members in that 1 year alone. Okay, so close to 100,000 social shares amongst our members every single month. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That's how powerful what we've built is accomplishing for our members. Okay. And the perfect way to mimic the natural social interaction that takes place during a viral campaign that gets Google drooling. Whoops, that doesn't make sense the way I wrote that. So let me reread it. All right. Okay, and so you get the power of the social syndication from your own accounts, and the power of real social signals from the SyndBuddy army. Okay, which is the perfect. Oh, I think I went too far back. Excuse me. Okay, and the perfect way to mimic the natural social interaction that takes place during a viral campaign that gets Google drooling to rank your content. Okay, so you're getting both. You're getting, again, what I mentioned. You're getting the ability to share your content on your own social platforms with SyndLab, and then you get the other members, the real users located all over the world, to start sharing your content. So, which is that step number 3, where people start to interact with that content, like the content, tweet the content, pin the content, and all of that stuff. So we built both of those powerful social interactions into these 2 platforms, okay? So let's jump into a quick demo video. Who's excited to see a quick demo video? All right, Gabriel saying the link that I registered for was an own link. Okay, well, you're on here now, Gabriel, so welcome. Okay, so Tim is saying yes. John is saying yes. Winnie, yes. Eliana, yes. Awesome. So let me exit from here and see if I can figure this out. Again, it's been a while since I presented. Can you guys see this? Okay, perfect. So this is SyndLab, okay? And of course, for those of you who will probably love that pretty much all of my apps nowadays are web apps, okay? So as long as you have an internet account, you can use any of my apps, okay? So here I am inside of my demo account. In this account, I have 52 accounts connected, okay? And we have a total of 13 different groups. And this is another powerful thing as well, because you can group your different accounts into different groups depending on which client you're working for, what campaign you're working for. So everything stays very, very organized, okay? And let me show you how you can do that here. Here you can add an account, all right? And here you can see my accounts. Let me show you my accounts first. All right, they all get stored very, very easily. These are all the accounts that I have here. And to add an account, it's very, very simple. Add account. All right, I'm gonna do test Twitter. And here's where you can assign it to a group. So you can see here I have 13 different groups. I have a ZB campaign, which is my blog, local client, affiliate campaign, a new group. Just you can create different groups based on the type of website that you're going to be posting to. So remember I mentioned that the bookmarkers get a hold of the content and share it on social bookmarking sites. So we do have bookmarks built into SyndLab as well. So I created a group just for bookmarks. I also created a group just for Web 2.0 sites. So you can create as many groups as you want and keep everything nice and organized, okay? So I'm not going to assign this to a group right now because I'm just going to show you how easy it is to add an account. So let's say we're adding a Twitter account. And remember, that's one of the parts of that social interaction where people start to share your content, and you can Twitter and sharing it on and retweeting and all of that is part of that. Okay, so here's telling me please do not skip this. I have to pretty much add my Twitter account. So I click proceed, and it's going to take me to the authorized app. All right, redirecting you back to the application. And boom, that Twitter account has now been added. Okay, your account was successfully authenticated, and it's that simple. Okay, it's that simple to add different accounts. Now, they're not all like that. Okay, depending on which type of website you're adding, the process is going to be different. Okay, if you're adding a WordPress blog, obviously you'll just type in the website URL. You'll put in your login details and connect it to SyndLab. And for those of you that might be wondering, we never see any of your login details when you add them to SyndLab. Okay, everything is encrypted, protected, all of that developer mumbo jumbo. Okay, so I just added this Twitter account. Okay, now let's say that I want to add this Twitter account to a specific group. All right, let's say I just signed up a new client. I want to keep them away from my other clients. So I'm going to go ahead. Not only am I going to charge them for SEO, but I'm going to tell them, hey, look, you can create accounts on these different websites that we can share your content on there for you, or I'll charge you $100 to create the accounts for you. I don't know why I'm going off on a tangent there, but that's a quick, easy way to charge your clients for a quick upsell. Okay, create a bunch of accounts for them, or you can just include that as part of the package when they sign up with you. All right, but let's add group, and let's say this is a new client. So new Miami client. Okay, add. All right, I don't have any accounts in this group yet, okay, but this has been assigned. So I'm going to go click here to assign some accounts, and I'm going to search for the one that I just added. Twitter, where is it? Test Twitter, that's the one that I just added. And let me just go ahead and add a bunch of other ones, okay? So let's say I have this Twitter, and Twitter 11, and Twitter 12, and Twitter 13, okay? So I added 5 different Twitter accounts for this one client. Click assign, and you can do this as well. If you have 10, 15 different Twitter accounts, you can assign them to one specific group, and then that can be your Twitter syndication group. All right, so this now has been added to this client. All right, now it's very, very simple. Now that I've created an account, I've created a group, now I can run a campaign. Okay, and you don't necessarily have to create a group. You can just add an account, and then if you want to just post to that one single account, perfect. You don't need to create a group. All right, I just really like the option to have groups, and our members love them as well, because again, you can keep everything separate. If you have your real estate clients, you can use just a set of real estate real estate accounts. And if you're having an affiliate campaign, you just use affiliate campaigns, or you can have your chiropractor in its own group. So each client can have their own groups. You can pretty much go as crazy as you want with the groups feature. Okay. So now let's go to campaign, add campaign. And here again, you can syndicate. Let me do Chris test campaign. Okay. And here's what I mentioned before. You can post to a single account, or you can post to an accounts group. Okay. I'm just going to do a single account, but if you do accounts group here, I'll just show you real quick. Here's the new Miami client. All right. And it's going to be posted to that entire Miami clients group. Okay, I'm just going to do a single account for the purpose of this demo video. I'm going to choose that test Twitter account, and you can see all these different types of sites that I have integrated in here. But I'm just going to do test Twitter there. And wait, let me show you one thing here as well that is pretty cool. If I'm posting to an accounts group, you have the ability to drip your content as well. You can limit posts per day, limit by days, or limit by weeks. Okay, obviously that doesn't show up when it's a single account because it's just going out, boom, to one test account. But when you have multiple accounts, you have the option to drip it across those different accounts. Okay, so I'm gonna hit create this campaign, click OK. And now the social editor shows up, all right? If I click boom, and I'm just gonna type in some mumbo jumbo, okay? Literally mumbo jumbo for demo purposes, okay? And obviously you wanna include a link here as well. That's where you're gonna get your, your Google love from when you add that link. Okay, you can attach a Twitter photo now, since now Twitter allows you to add pictures. And one very powerful feature as well here that may be a little bit small for you guys to see. Let me see if I can zoom in. All right, you can see here it says add to SyndBuddy. Okay, so all of our apps, where available, are connected to each other. Okay, so here I can click add to SyndBuddy, and it's going to automatically be sent to our SyndBuddy platform, where you can automatically start getting social syndication and social signals from the SyndBuddy army. Okay, I'm just going to not send that now because I don't want people to start sharing this stuff on their different social networks. Okay, and I'm also going to show you quickly how SyndBuddy works here in a minute. All right, so this is the social editor. If you were to be posting to an account that has other types of accounts in them, so if there's blogging accounts in here, and there's also bookmarking accounts as well, whatever type of accounts that you choose, the editor for that specific type of account is going to show up. And I'll show you how that looks here in a second so that I'm not confusing anyone. Here we have the ability to spin as well. Okay, so you can spin your content. We're integrated with Spin Rewriter, which is one of the most popular ones. And I think we have one other spinning software integrated as well, but I use Spin Rewriter, so that's the one that I talk about, all right? But if you don't want to spin, you can just do it as is, click preview. All right, this is what it's going to look like. I didn't attach a picture, so no picture is going to show up. Click close. And as soon as I click save, that content is going to be automatically syndicated within 60 seconds to my account. You can see here, campaign in progress. I'll go ahead and refresh it here in a second, and you'll see that it's completed. Okay, but I want to quickly show you what I just mentioned, where I post a campaign, and I'll show you how it looks when you post to a campaign group, so you can see the different editing features. Okay, so let's do group demo. Accounts group. Okay, let's do the Twitter. No, let's do this one, the ZB campaign. Okay, I'm not going to do any dripping. I'm going to go ahead and create. Click OK. All right, and now here's what I'm talking about. Okay, since this campaign group has multiple different types of accounts in it, now the multiple different type of editors show up. Okay, so you see there's a social editor, which you just saw. Okay, and here, since I have a Facebook account tied into this group, I can attach a Facebook photo, or I can attach a Facebook video as well. Okay, and I can add the post, whatever I want to post there as well. Okay, the blog editor, it's a full what you see is what you get editor. So you can add video on here, you can add links, you can add images, and all of that is going to get posted to whatever blog you have. And we have Blogger integrated, we have WordPress.com integrated, we have WordPress.org integrated, and a bunch of other different blogging sites as well. We have the ability to spin here as well, and obviously to add your tags there. Okay, and the bookmark editor. Okay, the title, the link URL, the tags, and any comment that you want to add, and the ability to attach a picture as well. Okay, and we also have PDF syndication as well. Okay, So you can put your PDF title, attach your PDF with the links included inside of your PDF, and boom, you can have attach your PDF there as well. All right. And again, here the ability to automatically send it to the SyndBuddy platform. Okay. So that's how that looks. Let's go ahead and go back to my campaigns. And here you go. This one created all automatically, but since I didn't fill out any of the information for the group demo I just showed you, it's saying that required fields are missing. So any campaign you create gets automatically saved here. I'm going to go ahead and delete this campaign. And you can see here that this Twitter account has been completed. So it's successfully posted, and we'll be able to go to the reports tab and see a link to that post here. You can also clone any campaign that you want. So if you want to resubmit a campaign or resubmit a similar campaign, you can clone any campaign you want. Okay, if I come over here to reports, and sorry that my internet is going a bit slow. I have about 1 million things running, just like Chris showed you on his tab. I don't have many tabs on this one. I'm like a chronic tab guy. So I have only a few tabs here, but I have multiple Google Chrome browsers open with multiple different tabs open on each. Okay, so if I click view here, this is the one that just posted. If I click view there, you'll see that this is the one that just posted, mumbo jumbo for demo purposes. Okay, posted successfully. So I'm going to go ahead and close that out. We also have the ability to download a CSV file of your campaigns if you want to do further indexing or you want to provide reports to your clients. You can download CSV reports as well. We also have the ability to see an RSS feed of your accounts as well. Again, if you want to do more indexing, if you want to submit the RSS feed to SyndLab to be syndicated, all of that good stuff. All right. And there's one more thing I wanted to show you. Okay, so boom, accounts, account groups, campaigns, reports. Here we go, the WordPress plugin. Okay, we're including this as a special bonus for you guys here as well. This connects directly to your WordPress plugin, and it does some very, very powerful things. As soon as you set it up, you can choose. Let's say you have a website that used to get a ton of traffic, and for one reason or another, you haven't posted content on it in a while. For one reason or another, it's just sitting idle. Okay, you can install our WordPress plugin, connect it to your SyndLab account, choose which campaign group you wanted to start posting to, and the WordPress plugin will automatically start syndicating your content on a schedule that you'd like automatically without you having to touch it. So if you want to revive an old site or you want to put a new site on overdrive and just automatic, you just install the plugin and it automatically starts sharing your content based on whatever schedule you choose. And you can have it set so that anytime you publish new content, it automatically gets sent to your SyndLab account and published to whichever group you choose as well. Okay, so some very, very powerful automation stuff there. Are you guys excited so far? Okay. Mike is saying, won't it appear spammy if the same text appears on many sites? Yeah, it can, but that's why we have the spinning option in there as well, so you can tweak and have unique content going out to each profile that's being shared to. Okay, Giuseppe is saying no audio. Hopefully there's audio. I've been talking for about an hour. Tim is saying, how well did this work for e-commerce? This works very, very well for e-commerce, and not just for SEO purposes, but for simple automation purposes. I'm sure if you have an e-commerce store, you probably have a fan page tied to that e-commerce store where your customers can get updates about new products or new sales or new, whatever new that's going on with your store. You can connect your fan page to SyndLab, and instead of having, or let's say you have, 5 or 10 different e-commerce stores, you can use SyndLab to automate the updates that go out to your different e-commerce fan pages, okay? And that's, on top of the SEO benefits that you can get from ranking for different e-commerce stores, okay? Winnie is asking, how do you monetize this content? Okay, I mean, it really comes down to your preference, right? It depends what kind of campaign you're running. Are you running an affiliate campaign? Are you posting a video? Is it an affiliate video? Are you going to link to an affiliate link? Are you running a local campaign? Are you charging your client based on every call you send, or just based on pure rankings? Okay, it really all depends. And when it comes to monetization, I mean, you can get as creative as you want with the content that you're syndicating. I mean, once you're syndicating your content, I'm hoping that you at least already know what monetization strategy you're using. If you're syndicating content and don't know how you're going to monetize that content, you shouldn't be syndicating content yet. All right, figure out what you're going to be monetizing with, figure out the campaign you're going to be running, and then you come into SyndLab and start syndicating that content. Okay. Perfect. So Tim is saying I'm sold already. Give me a second, Tim, because it does get better. All right. So this is SyndLab. All right. Hope from the looks of it, you guys love it. Let's talk about SyndBuddy now. Okay. SyndBuddy, and you can see here. Let me see if I can refresh this and see how much it's gone up since I logged in. Okay. All right. Oh man, I didn't even take note of the other one, but you saw it went up. I think 200 or 300 shares in the 10 minutes that I've been logged in. Okay, so this automatically updates about 10 minutes. So there's been 1,320,808 shares in the last year that we've been open. Okay, and it's a very simple but very, very powerful system that we've set up here. Okay, again, over 4,000 different members. And it's all based on a credit system. Okay, and that's what keeps the checks and balances. You get credits. And then you lose credits, all right? So you can purchase credits at any time, and you guys are going to get a package where you get credits right away, so you can start adding content right away. So as soon as you have credits, you add content on here, credits get taken away, and you can earn credits as well by sharing other people's content. So we have a mixture of a bunch of different users on here, which is why it works so well. We have free users that choose to just sit here and share content, earn credits, and then have the ability to add their content. We have paid users on multiple different levels. Some people have 500 credits per month. Some people 1,000. Some people 2,000. So it all depends on your how you use SyndBuddy. So there's a good mixture of everyone, so that there's a good balance of always constantly being shared. People sharing your content. Okay, and we have two options in here. We have social signals. Okay, and remember when I mentioned about how a campaign goes viral? All right, social signals allow you to get Facebook likes, Twitter retweets, all of that good stuff. And to add a new social campaign, I come here, add social campaign. Let's do Chris demo URL. Let's do zamoraiblogger.com. Category, you can put a different category on here. I'm going to do internet. Total limit, let's say this is a brand new site and I want to start off slow. And I want to do just 100 signals for this URL to receive. And let's say that I want to cap it at about 10 per day. Okay. And here you can have the different signal types. Okay. So I can choose to have Facebook like, Facebook share, Google +1s as well. Imagine that. Imagine using Google's own platform against them to rank on the first page of Google. So you can do that. You can get Google +1s to your content from users all over the world. Okay, and Twitter tweets as well. Okay, I'm not going to add it because I don't want people to be sharing my root domain at this time right now. But this is how simple it is. You click add, and it automatically gets sent to the SyndBuddy network, and it starts getting social signals. Okay, now social shares is pretty much everything that I just showed you in SyndLab. So you can add just about all the accounts that I've shown you in SyndLab into this SyndBuddy section. Okay, so I'm going to do demo shares. Okay, you can add the URL. Okay, samoraiblogger.com. The different keywords that I'd like. Okay, so I'm just going to do test 1, test 2. Okay, again, the category, do internet. Same thing, you can set a total limit of the amount of shares I want to receive in total. And a daily limit. So let's say I want to do 10. So if I get 10 per day in about 10 days, this campaign will stop automatically. Okay. And here again, you get the same editing features. You're gonna provide the content that you want other people to share on their networks. Okay, so that question that someone asked, isn't it gonna look weird if the same content is being posted on other people's content or your own content? The beautiful thing about SyndBuddy is that you're in full control of what content is going to be posted out there. So you can spin the content, and you can see here all fields except spin tags. So you can be in full control of the content that's being put out there on other people's profiles for your campaigns. Okay, and it's all just like I showed you. So you get blog, social, and bookmarks. And here's another very powerful thing, if you guys can see this. From within SyndBuddy, you can also send your content to SyndLab. Okay, so they're both interconnected. Let's say you're in SyndBuddy, you want to add an account, and you don't, you're short on time, and you don't want to go and log into SyndLab to syndicate that content. Boom, you can do it all here within SyndBuddy, and you can select the group that you want for that to be syndicated to. All right. So that's how you get social signals and social shares. Okay. If you want to go ahead and share other people's content, okay, you can go to any one. Instead of going to campaigns, you go to the option that says share, go to social signals, click on share, and here you can see someone's added this article, and you can click like. All right, you can see he's already gotten 16 likes on this. I'm going to click confirm, like, and you can see all of this is confirmed very, very well. So you're getting real likes. And as soon as I like it, the like option disappears. Okay, so that you know what you've done to these different platforms. And again, this is optional. If you guys have credits or you want to pay for credits, you don't have to come in here and share other people's content. And that's the good thing about SyndBuddy. We have a good mixture of people, and we have we have hundreds of members that just prefer to share other people's content and earn credits so that they can in turn add their own content. So you can see here, Google Plus opens up, I share it, and boom, this person just got a like and a Google Plus one from me, and I'm going to go ahead and tweet their content as well. All right. Boom, and that's it. Perfect. So all of that has been done to this one article, okay? And same things with social shares. I'm going to come here to share. All right, and here, this is, since I already have, I forgot to show you, but I'll show you here in a second. I already have accounts connected to SyndBuddy, which is pretty much the same accounts that I have connected to SyndLab. So I can come in here and just quickly select all the ones that I want to share, click share for selected, and now this is going to be shared to the accounts that I have connected to my SyndLab, to my SyndBuddy account. Okay, so, and here you'll see how many credits each of these platforms, each of these campaigns earns you. So 7.5 credits there, 1.5 there, 7.5 there. Okay, so within a few seconds, I can just click share. All right, and now these contents are going to be shared to my different accounts, okay? And if I come here to accounts, these are all the different accounts that I currently have connected to my SyndBuddy account, okay? So what I just clicked share, those campaigns are going to be shared on these different accounts that I have connected, okay? So that is SyndBuddy and that is SyndLab, guys. The ultimate combination for not only social syndication, but also social signals, okay? And one very quick thing I want to touch on as well that makes things interesting, we also do run some very cool competitions about every 30 to 45 days based on who does the most sharing, who does the most social signals. So we like to keep things fun inside the SyndBuddy platform. So you'll be able to see some of that action as well. All right. So that's SyndLab and that's SyndBuddy, okay? Does that get you guys even more excited? Give me a 3 in the chat box, okay? Alex is saying crazy, love it. Awesome. Mike is saying, can my VA log in as well as me at the same time? Yes, you can. So here you go. Since you guys will be getting agency access to this, you'll be able to give access to your VAs as well. So you can see here access sharing, and it's very unique the way we set this up as well. Okay, so that your account is never compromised. Okay, you can click new access link. You can set an expiration date. So let's say you hire a new VA, you're going to give them, a 30-day trial period to see how they perform. You can give them until today's September 19th. All right, you have 30 days to get a hang of SyndLab, start running things. After those 30 days, your account's going to be locked, and we'll analyze your performance and see if you want to continue working for us. The email that you want to give access to, okay, their name. So let's say Mike, the VA, for example. You click share access, and what's going to happen is a unique link is going to be sent to this email for them to get sub access to your SyndLab account. Okay, and if for some reason they don't receive that link, you can copy the link here and manually send it to them. Okay, let's say you fire them right away. Boom, you can come in here within a second, click revoke shared access, and they are automatically locked out from your SyndLab account. All right, awesome. So that answers that question. Man, I'm impressed with my own web app at this moment, man. Sharing everything with you guys. Again, it's been a while since I've done a live webinar. Okay, so that's a quick demo. Let's go ahead and jump back to the presentation and finish this off. We're on about a little over an hour, so let's. I don't want to keep you guys on here for more than 90 minutes. I know it can get pretty exhausting to be on a computer that long. All right, so talk about awesome, right? Yeah, you guys, tons of threes have been posted. You guys are definitely loving what you're seeing. But remember, it gets even better, right? I got something else up my sleeve that's gonna make it even better. Okay. So why are you guys here? All right. Like Chris mentioned at the beginning, he truly approached me. Out of left field. Trust me, I did not plan on having a webinar today, especially with a 2-week-old at home. I was trying to take it easy, but Chris approached me. He's like, "Hey, I want to run a special offer for your platforms to my list. Can you do it next week?" This was literally, I think, Wednesday when he messaged me last week, and he's like, "Oh, we can do it next Wednesday at 11 a.m." So he truly asked me to put together a very special deal for his audience to get access to both of these platforms for less than the price of half of one. Okay, so I can easily be charging an insane amount for just one of these, but you're going to get a very special deal for both of them for less than the cost of half of one of these. Okay, so Josh, this sounds amazing, but how much? Okay, now before we get into the price and all that stuff, I'm going to share with you pretty much a lot of what you're getting. Okay, you're getting agency access to both SyndLab and SyndBuddy. Okay, you can perform up to 25,000 syndications per month with SyndLab. You can create up to 1,000 different campaign groups. Okay, you can get access to our tiered syndication, which we can sell as a standalone feature. Okay, and I didn't even touch on that. Okay, we also have tier syndication. Okay, man, and I completely forgot to touch on that. But you can create your main account, and then you can create a second layer, a third layer, and then just create a nice tiered syndication campaign. Okay, and if you guys have been in SEO for a while, you know how powerful tiered syndication works. Okay, you get access to our SyndLab Booster plugin for automated WordPress syndication. Okay, I briefly touched on that, where you can install our WordPress plugin and have automatic syndications start going out to your WordPress sites. Okay, you get access to all new integrations that we add in the future. Okay, when we first opened up SyndLab, we started off with just 21 sites that you can post to. Now we're up to 40. Okay, we've gotten up to about 45, but we fluctuate sites. We're always constantly upgrading. If a site goes dead, we automatically remove it, or if they change their API, we're automatically on top of it to fix the issue and get it reintegrated. Okay, so we've gone from 21 to 40 sites, and SyndLab is about 1.5 years old as well. So we're keeping everything always up to date, and you get access to any new integrations that we add in the future. You have the ability to add unlimited accounts as well. Okay, so although we have 40 sites integrated, you can add an unlimited amount of accounts to each of those sites. Okay, so you can add 10 Twitter accounts, you can add 100 Facebook accounts. Okay, there's no limit to the number of accounts that you can add on each of those platforms. Okay, you get up to 6 months worth of scheduling and automation. Okay, now that's an insane amount. Okay, if you plan 6 months ahead for your campaigns, I salute you, okay? But the option is there. You can do up to 6 months worth of scheduling, go on a 6-month vacation and just hang out and let SyndLab take care of all your syndication for you. Okay, and you also get full agency license to use for yourself and for your clients. Okay, and when it comes to SyndBuddy, you're going to get 2,000 credits every single month to use for your campaigns. And there's pretty much no limits on there. As long as you use up your 2,000 credits, boom, every month you get 2,000 credits. Okay. Let's see. And again, I mentioned this briefly. I decided to take it even further, and I didn't even tell Chris about this extra bonus. Okay, Chris approached me and he's like, "Hey, I want to offer SyndLab and SyndBuddy, and give me a special deal for my subscribers." Okay, and I'm like, when I was putting it together, I was like, let me make this a little bit better and throw in an extra bonus. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in agency access to my XRanker 360 web platform as well. Okay, now XRanker 360 is my very powerful web app that allows you to leverage the power of YouTube live events to rank videos on the first page very, very quickly. Okay, and if you've never used live events, you are truly missing out, because live events allow you to rank on the first page of Google before you even have to invest much time into those campaigns. So you're pretty much ranking placeholders onto Google, and once you see that they're ranking, then you can go in and invest more time in that. And XRanker 360 automates that process. You can search for an unlimited amount of keywords for your campaigns. So we do have a very powerful keyword search engine built into XRanker 360, and you can find some very, very powerful keywords. You can track an unlimited amount of campaigns with our rank tracker as well. So let's say you go in and you create 10 YouTube live events campaigns. Boom, you'll be able to automatically start tracking those. And a very powerful feature that we built in, you can set for the software to notify you when that campaign has reached its target rank. So let's say you create a campaign right now and you want it to reach the top 10 results. The second it cracks into the top 10 results, you're going to get an email, "Hey, this campaign has reached its target rank. You can now continue working on it." Okay, so it allows you to be a lot more efficient. You can go ahead and create 10 campaigns. If 5 of them rank, boom, you only focus on those 5 and forget about the other 5. Okay, or whenever they rank, boom, you'll get an email for those as well. Okay, you get an unlimited amount of keyword suggestions for your campaigns as well. So not only do we have a powerful keyword engine built in, we have a keyword suggestion tool in there as well. So you type in one keyword and you get hundreds of keywords that you may not have thought of returned as well. Okay, you're able to choose for your campaigns to be updated every 6, 12, or 24 hours. Okay, and this goes back to the rank tracker. So XRanker 360 will automatically be checking where your campaigns are ranking, and you can set it to be every 6 hours, every 12 hours, or every 24 hours. Okay, you can use XRanker on an unlimited amount of YouTube accounts. Okay, so as many accounts as you want, as many clients as you want, you can connect them to XRanker 360. And you get access to all the syndication integrations as well. The powerful thing about this, just like the way that SyndLab and SyndBuddy are interconnected, SyndLab is interconnected with XRanker 360 as well. So as soon as you create a YouTube live event campaign inside of XRanker 360, boom, within a second, you can choose to have it sent to your SyndLab syndication groups as well. Okay, so I'm telling you guys, we built some very, very cool automation here. You can create an unlimited amount of live streams as well. Okay, so you can go crazy and create hundreds of YouTube live event campaigns every single month or every single day, and just see what sticks. Okay, boom, just create campaigns, and be on top of them. Okay, you get full agency license to use for yourself and your clients as well. So you're also getting agency access to XRanker 360. I won't be able to go through a demo because that'll keep me on here for about another 20 or 30 minutes. But once you get to the order page, you'll be able to see a full demo video of XRanker 360. Okay, we also have some amazing, amazing customer testimonials. Okay, we don't just create web apps just to create them. Okay, we create them so that our customers can use them and get results with them, and that's what we've been able to do. Okay, these are just a few of the SyndLab testimonials. Okay, Doe here at the top says, "SyndLab has been amazing. Have been able to get more video syndicated so much faster than ever before." Rodney is saying, "Of all the products I have bought, SyndLab has to be the best to help get rankings and social media exposure so easy." Ray is saying, "SyndLab has been extremely helpful in increasing my website presence. dedicated developer that continually is improving the service. That is the best part of my book. And that's one thing that I take pride in as well. We've got a very powerful team of developers that are always keeping our apps up to date. Okay, and again, once you get to the order page, each section will have all of these testimonials posted. Okay, these are testimonials about SyndBuddy. Okay, I love this software. It is easy to use. It doubled my traffic, and it is targeted quality traffic. Alan is saying if anyone is interested in getting more traffic, you should really give this software a try. All right, so I'm telling you guys, we have a ton of different testimonials, and you'll be able to read through these on your own. Here are testimonials for XRanker 360. XRanker 360 is easy to work with and zooms my videos to the top of Google rankings. Andrew is saying an excellent tool that removes a lot of the time and risk associated with SEO. Recommend. Okay, again, you can read through these on your own once you get to the order page. Okay, but again, we put together powerful web apps that our customers love to use. Okay, so let's talk some numbers. Okay, if we were on here and just going to sell our SyndLab agency account, we can easily charge $127 a month, which comes to about $1,500 per year. Okay, for SyndLab agency alone, we can charge $997. Okay. That's just SyndLab, okay? That's only talking about our SyndLab agency account, and it doesn't even add in the value that you're getting with SyndBuddy and XRanker. So with SyndLab alone, we can charge $997 all day long, and it's still an amazing value, okay? So the Christmas special that we've put together, not $127 a month, not $997, not even $1,500, okay? $497, but we're gonna be throwing in for $297, and you get access to all 3 apps. And also just a small $10 per month fee. That just helps us to keep the apps updated. And as you can see, our customers love it. And that just helps to keep things running and just always up to date, always on top of it. So $297, you get access to all 3 apps, okay? Also, you get 100% money back guarantee. If for some reason you're not satisfied with our apps, which I highly doubt you will be, you can shoot us an email. We'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. Okay, so a recap of what you're getting today. Full access to SyndLab, our agency package, which is easily a $997 per year value. Full access to our SyndBuddy 2K per month package, and that's 2,000 credits that you'll be getting every single month. Okay, full access to XRanker 360, our agency package. And also, again, I'm throwing in the SyndLab Booster WordPress plugin, which is easily a $297 value. That has some insane automation for your WordPress sites. Okay, and I'm also going to be throwing in my Xamarin Video Bootcamp. This is a 4-week training that I've held about once or twice a year, where I grab a group of some customers. We go through a 4-week training where I just cover absolutely everything that I do with my video marketing campaigns, and you get access to that. I charge $297 every time I run it. It's a 4-week course. You'll be getting the recordings for that absolutely free. Okay, so it's total value of over $3,500. Again, for just $297, you get access to it right now. And the link to get access to it is joshuazamora.com/Chris. All right, let me go ahead and type that into the chat box before I start to answer some questions. All right, Chris. 1 second. Oh, man, this makes me want to buy my own stuff. Guys, when I tell you, I honestly can't believe I'm selling this at this price for all 3 apps. I'm telling you, it's really incredible. Each of the packages that you're getting, I truly have hundreds of recurring subscribers that pay to have access to each of them. So there's the agency access for each of these has a recurring charge outside of this special webinar offer. Okay, so if you try and go outside of this page, you will be paying a recurring charge for each and every one of these platforms. And you can see why. I mean, they're very powerful. They're all interconnected and they're all constantly being updated. Okay. Dave is saying he's excited for this. Awesome. Mike is saying, are there upsells? No, you're getting the agency is our highest package that we offer. So there's no upsells. $297, boom, you get access right away to all 3 of them.
So Joshua, this isn't an offer that you've ever done before, so no. I know you've done this exclusively for us. I know you won't be doing this again.
No, yeah.
Right.
I mean, literally, I put this together within the last week when Chris messaged me. You can't find this anywhere else.
Yeah, and essentially the price that you've got today is worth it for
Yeah.
just one. If it was just for one of these, it'd be a
Yeah.
great deal. It'd already be better than like the regular price of what you sell a lot of the stuff individually for.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
like this is an amazing deal, and essentially what you've got with this is a whole framework for automated backlinking and social signals to all of your platforms and automatic distribution to the social sites as well that you have. You know, so like Twitter, Facebook, and so on. So this is something that like every business should have. If you're doing any type of content marketing, any type of SEO, just setting this stuff up and having it run or putting a VA in place to run it, you should have when it comes to SyndLab and SyndBuddy. And you know, the social signal trading is like, and the credit system, that's really, really powerful because you can take any page where it's ranking well and just push it up that little bit further. A few people have been asking how to integrate it with Press Cable. It's really just as simple as use this to drive backlinks and social signals to your press releases. So we've tested this stuff. Our own customers have tested this stuff, and it works really, really, really well. So like, you know, when you're in position number 4, you want to move up a couple of places or go from page 2 to page 1, this is what does it. And the press releases don't, because they're already authority sites, they don't need a lot more pushing. So if you're already a Press Cable customer, then this works really, really well just to give it that additional push, improves the indexing rate and everything else. Yeah. And then, you know, obviously if you've got clients, you want to be doing rank tracking, if not just for yourself, just to check how things are going, right? And so XRanker 360 is perfect for that. So you're getting so much here in one.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a few good questions. Alex is saying, if you have 25 Twitter accounts, do you have to log into each one to do the likes, or can that be set up once and then logged into straight? Yeah, you set it up once, just like you saw me do inside of SyndLab. You can do it the same thing inside of SyndBuddy. You create, as soon as you connect your Twitter account, if you have 25 of them, you do that process once, and they're connected on there, forever until whatever you disconnect it or whatever you want. They're on there. You just do it once, and that's it. Okay. Alex said he's already in too, so awesome. Great to have you on board, Alex. Saying crazy value, perfect. I have SynWire, which is similar but doesn't. Yeah, I don't like down talking competitors, but I think we pretty much have probably the best social syndication software out there. Larry is saying, how is support on help with setting up? Our support is one of the best. My right hand man, Steve. I mean, the guy doesn't take a day off. I mean, on Friday nights, he'll be on there manning support. And I try to tell him, man, just take the night, just go have some fun. But he prides himself on getting back to customers quickly and being very helpful. So not only that, but we also have full tutorials in each of the members area that walks you through how to set everything up. One good thing as well that I might have forgot to add into SyndLab, but one of our customers found a Fiverr seller that sells SyndLab accounts to be created. So if you don't want to create the account yourself, you can hire that user on Fiverr. I'll have to dig that up. I think I forgot to add it into SyndLab, but you can use him, and I think he has like 5-star reviews on Fiverr for his setup process. John is saying, won't Blogger get banned if logged in with same IP? Well, no, once you connect it in there, if you're talking about SyndLab, once you get it connected in there, once it's connected, and then you could just be publishing to that Blogger. You're not logging in multiple times when you log into SyndLab. Once you connect your Blogger account, boom, it's connected. That's it. You're not constantly logging in to any of the accounts. Once they're connected, they're connected. You're not abusing it and logging in over and over again. Okay. There was another question. Well, Mike says, I have XRanker. He already has XRanker and it works brilliantly. Awesome. Yor is asking if this is live or is it a recording. We are live. So if you have any questions, Yor, and we missed it, feel free to post it on there once again. Alex is saying, if I want more than 2K signals, what are the prices for the packages to get more? For example, 1,000 signals. So if you want to get more signals, it's inside in the members area. Actually, that's another thing I have to do. We have to connect the ability to get more credits inside of SyndBuddy. So I'll get that added in there. And we also run specials every once in a while for, we'll run a special of $47 for 2,000 credits. Every so often we'll throw out a good special for some credits. Right. And John is saying, but while connecting it, should I use the same IP to connect it? Yeah, I mean, I haven't had anyone told me that they've had an issue connecting their Blogger account. I mean, it takes 2 seconds to do that, and I haven't had anyone report that they've lost a Blogger account for connecting it. Mike is saying, is SyndLab the same as Joe Troy or SyndWire? They're similar, but they're not the same. I had to miss a few minutes for an appointment. Is this going to be posted? Yes. So I believe the way GoToWebinar works now, it's automatically recorded. So once we're all done here, there'll be a recording available. Mike is saying, in what way are they different? Man, again, I don't really like down talking or talking bad about other competitors. What I do know is that SyndLab is the most up-to-date software. We're constantly ensuring that we have active sites on our platform. Anytime a site goes down or anytime a user reports that a site goes down, we remove it or we fix it. Again, a lot of times some of these sites, they tweak their API or we have to kind of create our own API to connect to them. So we're on top of things, and I do believe we have more sites connected than SyndWire. So I will say that. But a lot of they do have a lot of similarities as well. But again, the way our members area works and the way setting up a campaign works as well is a little bit different than SyndWire. I personally believe ours is a little bit more user friendly. That's one thing that we always keep on the forefront, is to make it as simple as possible for anyone to go in and be able to set up a campaign without even having to look at a tutorial. So for the most part, I can almost guarantee that most of you can log into SyndLab, not have to look at a demo video and follow the steps to connect an account, to create a campaign group and syndicate an account as well. Okay, so that's one thing that we like to keep on the forefront when we're creating our apps. John, I mean, if you already have SyndLab, and you don't have the other two, I recommend you still definitely jump on this. It's definitely a hell of a deal. Mike, I think I just answered that. And Alex is chiming in on Mike's question, is that SyndWire doesn't offer social signals or the credit system. So yeah, so not only do we have SyndLab, but we have SyndBuddy, where you can get the real social signals from real users all over the world. All right. And Alex is posting, I won't read that out. Alex is posting something about SyndWire. Again, I don't like talking down about competitors, so I won't read that comment. Will is asking, how long is this open for, as it's 2:30 a.m. in Australia and need to speak to business partner? I think we agreed just a few days, guys, because again, I cannot keep this open forever. This is it's truly the Chris Munch special. Okay, so just keep an eye on the email, and Chris will let you know when we're taking it down. Alex is saying, does this suite of platforms, are they able to rank social Web 2.0 properties? Yeah, you can syndicate any kind of URL. Okay, so if you want to rank Web 2.0 properties, you can just submit that as the link you want to syndicate. Same with SyndBuddy. If you want people to share your Web 2.0 link, boom, you can put that in there. You can submit YouTube videos. You can submit niche sites. You can submit your client sites, e-commerce sites. The link is up to you. Whatever you want to get traffic for and rank, that's what you submit. Okay, whatever it is that you want. John is saying, can I use the same Facebook account to gain credits in SyndBuddy? Not really sure what you mean by that, but yeah, however many Facebook accounts that you connect to SyndBuddy, you can use them to earn credits. Mike is saying, can we import accounts into SyndLab? Yes, you can. We have an importing feature, and we also have a downloadable template that you fill out so that you make sure you do it correctly, and then you use that same file to import your accounts. All right, and if I've missed your question, guys, feel free to post it once again. Winnie is saying, how about using it in different languages? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's totally up to you. You can remember the content that gets posted to your profiles with SyndLab and the content that gets posted to other people's profiles on SyndBuddy is in completely your control. You're the one that can edit the content that gets posted. So whatever language you want it to be posted in, that's the one that's what's going to be posted. All right. All right. So Damir's asking, can you please go over once more what we're getting access to? Okay, perfect. Let me go back. Oh, whoops. Let's just do it from here. All right. Hopefully this is big enough. All right. So you get full access to SyndLab, the agency access, and you get 25,000 syndications per month. You get access to SyndBuddy. You get 2,000 credits every single month for that. You get X-Ranker 360 agency. You get the SyndLab booster, which allows for the automatic WordPress syndication to your SyndLab account. And you get access to the Samurai Video Bootcamp, which anytime I run that 4-week bootcamp, it's $297 to get on that with me. And it's 4 weeks. Usually I don't like letting more than 25, 30 people on there so that I can interact with as many people as possible. But you get the recordings for that as part of this as well. So it's $297 and then just a small $10 per month, just small fee that just helps us to keep things up and running, because I'm telling you, it takes a lot of work, money, and effort to keep these 3 apps up and running every single month. Just in server costs alone, I think we're up to about I think $600 or $800 a month just in server costs. Okay, that doesn't include the development team that keeps it up to date, all of that stuff. It does tend to add up. And if you truly value software that you like using, you should be open to wanting to keep it up to date and all that stuff, and help out with that. Because one thing that gets a lot of web apps shut down is the inability to keep them up to date because of they're not able to pay to continue to keep them up. So this just helps offset that. We don't make any money on that. That just helps us to keep things running. All right.
So Joshua, I think like something that would be really cool to see is the list of sites that you integrate with, because I mean,
yes,
you've got so many.
Yeah, let me come in here, accounts, add account. All right, service. So here we have Facebook page, Facebook user. This is a user profile, group, Twitter, YouTube, WordPress.com, WordPress.org, LiveJournal, Blogger, Tumblr, LinkedIn, Instapaper, Medium, Dailymotion, Evernote. These here that say private, these are private bookmarking sites. These are sites that have some decent, stats with Google. They have good authority with Google that we added in here. So there's about 6 of them in there. We have Skyrock, MySpace, KiwiBox, TT-Link, Amgur, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, DIIGO, Bitly, DeviantArt, Joomla, Drupal 7 self-hosted, Drupal 8 self-hosted, AppSense, Papply, Elo, SiteJoe, WeHearted, SOS Blogs, ProTrees, VO, PhotoBucket, Annotate, and free PDF hosting. Okay, so, and again, this is always constantly changing. We're adding, we're tweaking, all of that stuff. But for the most part, these are the ones that you get.
Yeah, I mean, that's just absolutely crazy, just how many integrations that you've got there. And so when you look at that list and you think that you can have all of those different domains and social networks and the video sites and the bookmarking sites as all places that you can drive traffic and links from, it's really powerful. So essentially you can just take any page and just give it that push. And then when you combine that with the fact that you can go on over to SyndBuddy and then start getting other people to start sharing that as well across a lot of these sites, it's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I mentioned as well, there's no limit to the amount of accounts you can add for each of these sites. So if you want to add 10 Twitter accounts, 15 YouTubes, if you have one thing you can do as well, which some of our users do, is manage their small private blog network on SyndLab. So if you have, let's say, 10 WordPress sites that you use as a private blog network, you can add them all into SyndLab and start to not only automatically get them social syndication so that you can boost their authority, but you can start posting your content for backlink purposes onto your private blog networks with SyndLab as well. And if you run a Web 2.0 blog network, because I know that that's popular as well, instead of building a network of private sites, you can leverage the authority of Web 2.0s and use their authority to build a network. You can use that for this as well. Okay, so you can have a private blog network on LiveJournal, Blogger, and manage it with SyndLab as well. So multiple different ways that you can use this.
And then within SyndBuddy, what do you have?
And SyndBuddy, let's go ahead and come here. So accounts, add account. Okay, and we have just about, say, a little bit less, but still a ton. All right, Facebook page, user group, Twitter, WordPress, WordPress.org, LiveJournal, Blogger, Tumblr, LinkedIn, Instapaper, Medium, Skyrock, MySpace, all of these. I don't want to read all of them, but here you can see all of them there. All right, let me get some water because my throat's starting to dry up. 1 second.
Yeah, I mean, even if you took like just say 6 of these sites, like you took Facebook, Twitter, you did a WordPress site, you did Medium and LinkedIn, like just doing those sites alone is hugely powerful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got the free PDF hosting site down there at the bottom, another great one.
Yeah.
So these are all great sites just to distribute your content to. I mean, you often find that the content itself on these sites can rank by itself for some low competition keywords. So you actually end up with multiple rankings from doing this, as well as then all the backlinks and stuff coming through. So this is like essentially it's quite old school SEO, right? Because these sort of techniques, like I think I first saw like a platform like SyndBuddy. It's not around anymore, but it was back in around like 2008, and it worked then, right? And this stuff still works now. So this has been actually working for like 10 years. The difference now is it's just the software that you've got, like from Joshua, is like you've got way more sites, a more sophisticated platform behind it, a lot more reliable, and it just works. And you don't have to go crazy with this stuff. Like the way I approach it, if we're doing something like this, it's just a soft touch. It's like I think about it, well, what is normal to do? What's normal for like a good quality website to do, right? What would a good quality legitimate website do, right? And have that as the base model, because I create good quality legitimate websites. I work with high quality clients, so we want to do high quality marketing with them. We don't want to spam out loads of useless content to like hundreds of different sites that no one ever is going to read, and that's kind of tricking Google. So all I look at it as is like, okay, if I've got a website or a business that needs some advertising or needs like some extra attention, is you would post on your Facebook, you'd post it on your Twitter. If they had a WordPress blog, you'd post it there, you'd post it on their LinkedIn. Medium is a really popular place that people talk about their business, you'd post it there as well, right? And so I look at it like that. And so I use this stuff and I do a soft touch with it, and that's really effective. And if you want to, ramp up the aggression a little bit, you can do that. But the reality is you don't need much of this stuff to actually have a really pronounced effect. And in my opinion, like less is more. Just, taking maybe like 5 to 10 sites each time and doing it, once through SyndLab and then a couple of times through SyndBuddy is more than enough, especially on the local level.
Yeah, absolutely. Will is saying, I noticed Google Plus is not there, Josh. Well, Google Plus is considered a social signal. So remember, we have 2 options. We have social signals and we have social shares. So under the social signals, you don't actually have to connect a Google Plus, okay? So you can add your campaign, and once you're in the whoops, I clicked once too much. Let me come over here. You can see here it's Google Plus. This is if you're sharing, you can Google Plus one it there. But when you're adding your campaign, you just select it as an option inside of here. Okay, so here at the bottom, you see Google Plus One. So remember, we have social signals and then we have social share. So the Google Plus One is right here. Mike is saying, do the credits carry over from one month to the next? Okay, we juggled around with this for quite a while because the point is for you to use your credits. Okay, we don't want you to just start hoarding credits and not use them. So what we decided to do at the very end was to just give you a 90-day rollover. Okay, so the credits are, they roll over for 90 days. After the 90 days, if you don't use them, then they expire. Okay, so let's say you get 2,000 credits today. They're good for 90 days, but then you also get 2,000 credits next month. Then it starts again. So from the day that you get those additional 2,000 credits, the 90 days start from that. So each 2,000 credits that you get has a 90-day rollover. Mike says that sounds fair. Yeah, absolutely. If you don't use your credits within 90 days, I mean, come on, then you should just find content and start putting it in there, because that's what we want. We want the reason for SyndBuddy is to keep it running, to keep it active, and that's why we have this number here, over 1,300,000 shares and counting, because we've set it up in that way, in a way that it motivates people to come in here and truly share each other's content. Mike is saying we can buy credit. Yes. So here, you can see here credits. It shows up on my end. So it's set up. No, wait, it's not there. Where is it? Here. So here are the credit prices. I've been going back and forth with my developer on adding it. So there's going to be an extra tab here where it's going to allow you to buy credits. Okay. But it's just I've been way busy to get that added, and my head developer is also having a baby as well. He's in the hospital at the moment, having his first baby, so he should be back home hopefully within the next 3 or 4 days. Once he gets situated, he'll be back online. But we have our other team as well that keeps everything running, and then he manages the team. So I just haven't added it, but again, not just in here. If we don't have this page to buy credits within SyndBuddy within the next week or so, again, we always have sales or specials where I'll throw up a quick page with a special price for $47, and you get 1,000 credits or 2,000 credits, things like that. Just keep an eye on your email, because I'm always just running sales here and there. Especially with the holidays coming up, there will probably be running several different sales.
Joshua, we're going to be wrapping up soon. So just a quick question to everyone. So you probably saw up on screen just a few moments ago all the lists of sites that you can distribute to, right, automatically, that SyndLab handles, and then all the sites where you can get other people to give you social shares or social posts and trade those or use your credits, right? And so having access to all those sites and being able to automate it and get all this extra social proof online, just give me a yes or a 1 in the chat box if you can see like how that will be helpful in your business for your SEO and for your social media. Right? Because I think it's a fairly obvious thing, right? That being able to distribute to all those sites, get your content on all those sites, get the backlinks from all those sites is just something that's going to work, and it's really something that each and every one of us should do and put into our business model. Right? It works. If you're putting out content, if you're working with clients, then this stuff works. So we set a lot of this stuff up actually manually, like some years ago, for a lot of our sites. And so, when we come across something like SyndLab, which automates this stuff and then does a lot of stuff on top, it's so powerful. It's like you just have to use it. It's like one of those mandatory things that it just makes sense to do. It's something that you should be doing anyway, and it's just saving you time. Okay. John says, wouldn't it be spamming if publishing to the same website again and again? But it's not spamming if you're announcing your post or your content on Twitter, right? So you can just use it in that soft touch way. That's the way I approach it, and it works really, really well. If you want to get more aggressive, that's up to you. There's lots of people who are making that work really, really well. So we're going to have to wrap up now. So the value of this is absolutely insane. Joshua, if you just want to click on the link, I'm going to put that in the chat box again. Where you can get this deal.
It's so Josh, it's right on the screen, joshuazamora.com/Chris. And like I said, this is truly the Chris Munch special. You can go and try to find something better outside of this page, but I'm telling you, you will find that there's a recurring charge for the agency access of SyndLab. There's a recurring charge for the agency access of SyndBuddy, and there's a recurring charge for the agency access of XRanker 360. Okay, so this is truly the Chris Munch special. It'll only be available for 3 days. I don't know, maybe 3 days. I don't know. So I don't know how many days. I'll talk to Chris about it once we get off here. Just keep an eye on your email, and he'll keep you informed as to how long we're going to be keeping this open for.
Yeah, and so if you head on over to the link, Joshua, if you want to load that up.
Yes.
On the page, so we can just both head over, because, you know, a few people, I can see there's, you know, some questions and everything in there. But Joshua's put together a great page that covers all the 3 different software platforms that are included. So you've got everything from the keyword research of what keywords to target. You've got the SyndLab for distributing the content to your own sites, and then SyndBuddy for getting votes and links from other people within the network as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So once you get to this page, you'll see that I set up, there's 3 sections, and each section talks about each platform, and you'll be able to see a quick demo of each platform as well. To do a quick scroll to the one that you want to learn about, just click the details, and you'll go to the one that you click on. So click for details, and it'll take you directly to the one that you want to learn about. And again, each of them talks about the features, the demo, and all that stuff. And you'll even be able to see the testimonials that I mentioned as well. Okay, so all of the information is on here that you'll need to see just how powerful these 3 apps combined are.
Yeah, and this is really worth, like, you know, just almost $1,000 just for the SyndBuddy alone, and just for SyndLab alone. You know, it's like I would happily pay like $1,000 for the access that you get here, and you know, it's a third of the price, and you've got access to the 2 other platforms at the same time.
Yeah.
Training for each of these 3 apps is like, yeah, Joshua's got the training in there to show you exactly what to do. You can tell from this webinar he's very hands-on, knows exactly what he's doing. This is his baby that he's been working on and working with for a long time. You've got a great group of customers. If you looked in the platform, you'll have seen, you know, they've done over 1 million shares within SyndBuddy, right? It was over 1 million?
Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
In under 12 months, we did well over 1 million, and it grows at about 100,000 per month.
Yeah, and that's just proof in itself. You know, people wouldn't be using this platform and doing so many shares, right, at that level, if, you know, this wasn't affected. And so it's just something that you just have to have. And I can't stress enough, because this is literally like we run a number of deals throughout the year when we see someone who's got like a really good software that's going to be a match for the people in our audience, whether they're doing stuff with press releases or not, but we see something that's going to be really useful. Then we invite those in, we get a deal going. You know, we do some training like we've done today, but this by far is the best value deal that I've had in the past 2 years, for sure. Right? Because you've got all 3 things in here.
And that's a compliment, so I appreciate that.
For sure. All right, so yeah, I think we should wrap things up now. So guys, if you've got any more questions, Joshua, do you have a support email?
Yes, it's support. I'll put it in there. Support at Samurai Blogger. Oh, I misspelled it. Hold on. .com. And I know I raved about my guy Steve that's on top of it. He messaged me earlier today that he won't be on till about 3 p.m. because he had a doctor's appointment. So I didn't lie to you guys. He's always there. So just give him he'll be back from his doctor's appointment at about 3 p.m. So if you don't get a reply within, an hour or 2, that's probably why. But that's it. Again, like Chris said, thank you everyone for being on here. Again, if you go to this page here, I explain everything that you're getting on this page. There's a section where you can learn about each product that you're getting as well. So everything's explained on this page. And if you still have extra questions, my support desk, I just posted it in the chat box. Like Chris said, which is a very high compliment, one of the highest value offers that he's had in a while. So go ahead and take advantage of it. And if you have any questions, hit up our support desk. And Chris, whenever you're ready to go, you can shut it down.
All right, so thank you very much, Joshua. It's an awesome deal. I really strongly say like everyone should get behind this and jump in, because it's something that if you're producing content or you're doing SEO, right, then this is something that you must have in your business. If you've got clients, 100%, this is something that you need to do this. And in fact, there's people on this call who are selling this service to other SEOs. You can go in Facebook groups and just sell this as a service right off the bat because it's so powerful. So yeah, thanks to everyone on the call. Great questions, great group of people as always. And Joshua, thank you so much. Great presentation, and really appreciate the offer.
Perfect, no problem. Great to be here. Have a great one, everyone.
Thanks, guys.